Welcome to episode 20 on how to create a Terminator effect. And this is where we left off last time. So we created two different projections for the ambient occlusion. Let me start this screen recorder. And if you look at this in more detail, this is the first one. And this is the second one. And we made this one for the inside occlusion here. But we have enough information in this, so we don't really need two projections. So we're going to work only on the first projection and ignore the second one to make it a little bit easier. Okay, so let's first then disable the other projection. So I'm going to connect the geometry directly to the first projection. And now we want to achieve the same result we had in Clarice. So we need to multiply this with the skin layer. So I will bring the skin from the undistorted plate. So let's create a shuffle node. So press tab and type shuffle. And the reason that I create a shuffle node is that our plate does not have any alpha. And we need the alpha to do merge operations. So I'm going to take our plate and double click on the shuffle node and here set the alpha to 1. And now if we look at this, press A for alpha, then we can see we have a white alpha channel. And next I want to composite this plate with the ambient occlusion. So I will create a merge, press tab and type merge. Or you can just press M on the keyboard. And here connect the B input to the shuffle, and this is the mainstream. And next we are going to merge this with our ambient occlusion. So connect the A channel to the ambient occlusion. And the next thing we need to do is to change the blending mode here to operation and select multiply. And now we have the patch multiplied by our plate. But you can see this looks strange because the plate is moving. So we need to hold the plate at the same frame, number 61. So let's press tab and type frame hold and put this, for example, after the shuffle, and double click the frame hold and go to the first tab and select first frame 61 to match the ambient occlusion. And now we will have something that looks good. And connect this now instead to the project node and look at the final result. So this looks quite nice. So let's play this. Okay, so the biggest problem here is that the skin we use for the projection is from frame 61, and the surrounding skin are lit differently. So if we go to the last frame, the skin is darker than the patch. So we can see the outline very clearly. And the correct way to handle this would be to apply some darkening to the patch depending on the frame we are on. But let's keep it simple for now and just blend the outline using a blur of the alpha. And to do that, we first need to split out the scanline render itself and the background. So let's disconnect the background from the scanline render, and instead we're going to use the plate. So I'm going to drag this here and create a dot, and use this dot here instead. And then we will need to merge these two together. So press tab and type merge and select merge. And now the main B input goes to the shuffle node, and the A input goes to the scanline render. And press 1 to display the result. And now this looks similar to what we had before. So the next step here is to blur out this border. So let's try with the simple blur first and see how it works. So I type blur and connect this to the scanline render and select, double click on blur, select the channel as alpha, and then we can look at the result and blur out the edges, and then use this for the merge operation and look at the result. And this doesn't look good. So we have both a darkening and a lightening around the edge. And the first approach you may think of is to use a pre-multiplier. So let's try that. Press tab and type pre-mult and connect this to the blur and use that for the merge. And that fixed the lightening part, but we still have this darkening. So how do we fix that, and why do we have the darkening? And the answer is that this blur node, if I press 1 and look, you can see that the alpha is now leaking outside of the color. So we need to blur only inwards. So instead of the blur node, I'm going to delete blur and press tab and type erode and erode blur and use this. If I double click and let's look at the alpha. So we shrink it down and then we blur it up. And then look at the color and the over. And this looks much better. Okay, so now we have the same result as we had in Clarice before, but as a comp inside of Nuke. And I think that is good enough for this lesson. And next time we will start to add more interest into this patch. So see you again in episode number 21, and don't forget to like and subscribe.